The crypto markets have just had the most insane news ever, essentially, for crypto. Well, it's been a year of basically nonstop insane news for crypto. Some of the biggest announcements, biggest regulatory shifts you could possibly imagine. And yet the price sucks today. What gives, Lark? I know. We're going to talk about that. The latest regulatory developments, the price action for the top coins. Okay, see what's going on in the market here today. Also, I've seen the comments appreciating the quilt, guys. Only got a few more days in quilt land here. My dad will be happy to know that his quilt's getting so much love. Anyway, let's get into this. So the mood right now. Bounce or I cut it off. I kind of like it. I'd hope I don't have to cut it off. But damn, gosh darn, you better bounce, crypto markets. No, look, this has been a rather orderly sell-off so far. I'm going to get into that in a second. But what are some of the news headlines that are sparking this panic in markets? Well, the dawn. President Trump proposes a massive amount of new reciprocal tariffs, including Canada getting raised from 25 to 35%, Switzerland 39%, South Africa 39%, Vietnam 20%, Taiwan 20%, Cambodia 19%, Thailand 19%, Malaysia 19%, Indonesia 19%, etc. Look, this is all expected. Did everybody forget that Donald Trump was going to put tariffs on all the countries that didn't make trade deals with? Now, look, they've made trade deals with a lot of major economies. Japan's done. South Korea's done. The EU's done. China's got a 90-day extension. It's going to get done too. These are the big ones, the super, super impactful ones. Obviously, Canada, a major trading partner of the USA. It'd be good to see them get a deal done at some point in the not-so-distant future. Mexico as well. Some of these other countries, look, Vietnam, Cambodia, okay, sure, the US imports a lot of Lululemon and stuff from there. Fine, okay. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Markets overreacting to things they already knew were going to happen anyway. Markets. So far, futures for the S&P 500 are down around 1%. It's not too bad. It's not an apocalyptic end of the world kind of scenario, is it? No. Pretty far from it, if you ask me, okay? Could be easy later. In case you don't realize what's happening, Meta and Microsoft just posted massive earnings beats, but that's not even the main story. Microsoft announced now that it expects to spend $30 billion on CapEx next quarter alone. Meta now expects to spend $72 billion in 2025. The vast majority of these capital expenditures are going directly into AI. You know, the train's not stopping, guys. The AI bubble is only going to get dramatically bigger. These companies keep pouring literally tens to hundreds of billions of dollars into AI development. It's going to get absolutely crazy. And the companies are beating earnings. That's the thing you need to understand. The price, to some extent, is a liar for the markets right now. We all knew the tariff stuff was coming. Why are the markets overreacting? Because markets like to overreact to shit. That's what happens. Stocks are doing well. U.S. economy is booming, 3% GDP growth in Q2, okay? Lots of positive things are happening, okay? Don't get spooked out by the headlines here. Wolf of Wall Street, Wolf of all streets. Scott Milker sharing this one. The Bollinger Bands. Yep. Very, very tight Bollinger Bands. Grok saying Bitcoin's daily Bollinger Bands are at 0.018 bandwidth, tightest since February 2025. Historically, such tightness below 0.03 has occurred 5 times since 2011. January 2013, September 2016, January 2023, August 2023, Feb 2025, and they often precede major moves, like the 4,600% move post 2016. I'm not saying we're gearing up that exact kind of move, but it's interesting that these massive squeezes tend to lead to large upside moves, at least large volatility moves. And now I know what you're thinking, but Lark, the downside volatility is happening now. Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about that in a second. Michael Saylor's strategy to raise $4.2 billion to buy more Bitcoin doesn't stop. And that's, of course, just MicroStrategy. We have Nakamoto now. We have 21 now. We have other companies jumping in the ring every day, it seems. The treasury company bid is far, far from over. Okay, you need to understand that. We have a lot of willing buyers for all the willing sellers out here. Now, when I said we had an orderly sell-off today, look where the price came down to. This is the downtrend line here. Down for the third connection. Spot on to the dollar, basically. orderly sell-off currently. Now, what I don't like about the current price action here on BTC is we've had all this positive news and we're getting spooked out by the tariffs and spooked out by Jerome Powell being a little too hawkish in his tone. Granddad, why'd you sell your Bitcoin? Well, one time Jerome Powell was a little too hawkish in his tone. Pretty sure Satoshi wrote about the white paper. Hold your Bitcoin. Unless the future Fed chair is a little bit hawkish in his tone. Anyway, very orderly sell-off so far, but what I don't like is that we broke out of the range with daily candle closes underneath it. So underneath the 20-day EMA and underneath the bottom area of the consolidation range that we were in here. So maybe we take a little bit of effort to recover that unless we just bounce straight back into it. That would be nice. If we take a few days breather down here, I don't think that's fantastic short term for the price action here on Bitcoin and could increase the likelihood that we come back down to retest the previous all-time high around, let's say, that 110 to 112K zone. Let's see how we play out today, though, okay? We did get down to 114 today, though, so maybe that's close enough. Let's see it close the CME gap as well. See how we go. See how we go here. Guys, if you're trading the cryptocurrency markets, the guys over at BitUnix have a smoking hot new deal. Did you see this thing? This is nuts. So, of course, as you know, BitUnix said no KYC, no VPN exchange means it's available to literally everyone, everywhere. That's you. You can trade on BitUnix. You can long the rips, short the dips, have a good time. And here's the deal. When you use the link right down below exclusively to sign up, you're going to get some insane bonuses. So that $400 deposit bonus is there. You deposit $1,000, you get $200. You deposit $2,000, you're going to get $400 cash money back in your account. You can get up to $8,000 in trading bonuses plus 3 ETH on top. So if you hit some of these big trading targets, they're going to put some serious money back in your account. Big cash back and crypto back bonuses. Plus, when you use that link, you're going to get a 30% fee discount, your VIP level 3 trial. Check it out. There's a link down below. Go sign up. This is a limited time offer, so take advantage of it while it lasts. Now, the big news for crypto, okay? Again, this is, don't get shaken out by tariff news. I know what you're thinking. I was going to hold my Bitcoin unless Vietnam got a 19% or 20%, whatever tariff put on it. That's the red line for me. Anyway, jokes aside. Massive news here for the cryptocurrency markets, okay? And just to put everything in perspective, we've had an incredible run recently for a lot of crypto assets. We're having an incredible run for stocks recently. Pullbacks are normal. They happen in markets, okay? Don't get too freaked out when they do happen. Look at the forest, not the tree, okay? Look at this. The SEC's new project crypto is the most bullish thing I've seen in a long time from a regulator. Read the speech, is incredible. Almost all tokens are not securities. You have to understand how important this is. This is a major, monumental shift from the previous SEC, which basically said that literally everything except probably Bitcoin is a security. Okay, so almost all tokens are not securities, meaning they're commodities, meaning they can just trade freely. Okay, they want to discourage decentralization, kabuki theater. I like that. That's good. Americans should not get excluded by IP and VPN blocks. Good. That means they want to bring back more exchanges to America. Explicit exemption for ICOs and airdrops. Airdrops, good news if you're an American, because you've missed out on literally probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in airdrops over the last couple of years. It's back on, baby. Americans will be able to get airdrops. You'll be able to use exchanges. You'll be able to get into ICOs. Now, maybe this actually brings ICOs back, which is going to bring a whole other level of just crazy back into the market if it does. Non-securities should be tradable alongside securities on the same platforms, aka we are going to see tokenized stocks trading more. I think Coinbase just announced yesterday they're going to launch tokenized stocks as well. So you're going to see platforms like Coinbase and Robinhood launching tokenized stocks as well. So you're going to be able to trade your dog coins right next to your tokenized Tesla, man. Crazy. They want to protect software engineers, streamline licensing requirements, and innovation exemption to protect builders' pre-decentralization. Big stuff, guys. Big stuff. I know some of this stuff sounds super nerdy, but the implications here are absolutely massive. The Trump administration is massively deregulating markets here, allowing for a lot more retail people to participate in markets and a lot more Americans to have more options and more ability to participate in things in markets. So it's a really good thing. OSF Rect says this: one of the greatest types of opportunities when you have resoundingly positive news, but the market doesn't react due to some form of technical selling. Happened with BlackRock ETF application in 2023, happened with potential Trump presidency in 2024, and is happening now with regulatory changes in the U.S. in light of SEC comments today. There's no need to overthink it. Be long, be patient. I dig it. Ethereum unveils goal for the next 10 years, aiming for 10,000 transactions per second and quantum resistance. Good. It's only going to take 10 years, but it's coming. It's coming, okay? Now, Vitalik said they're looking to 10x the TPS on the main chain, which take it from around 15 transactions per second to around 150, something like that, in the next year, which is definitely a good thing. Ain't no Solana levels, is it? But it's definitely a good thing. 10K TPS within the next few years. That's going to be a very positive thing here for Ethereum. Of course, Ethereum, great, incredibly neutral network, obviously, but still struggling to have the same kind of throughput and speed that Solana does. I know we got the layer 2s like Base and stuff like that, but it's not the same as having a main chain that's super robust. Anyway, it's good. The fact that the Ethereum devs did listen. See, a few months ago, I was very bearish on ETH. Not just because of the price action. I've been through bad price action on ETH before, but because of the fact that the Ethereum devs were acting like they're up in their ivory tower and they're not listening. They don't care what people think. They don't care. You want cheap transactions on the main chain? Go pound sand. But they've listened, and that's a good thing. And I think that's really positive for Ethereum. And of course, now we're seeing Wall Street hop on the Ethereum bandwagon as well with SharpLink and ETHZilla and Bitmine and all these other treasury companies piling in with ETH ETFs absolutely raging recently here as well. Live view of Ethereum trying to break $4,000, man. Gosh, it really feels like this some days, doesn't it? Every time we get close. Blammo. Down we go. Just classic. Just the classic stuff here, guys. Anyway, Ethereum once again rejected at the $4,000 takeout attempt. Now, of course, as mentioned the other day, we do have that bearish RSI divergence currently pushing us back down towards the 20-day EMA here for ETH, which really is nothing to worry about. If we come back down to retest $3,500, it's fine. It's fine, totally normal. You'll get multiple 50-day and 20-day EMA retests during a bull market uptrend, okay? So far, market structure has not broke for the major coins. Some of the altcoins never even got bid up in the first place. Some of the meme coins taking big hits, but meme coins always take big hits. That's part of the volatility cycle of meme coins. They run up super hard on the way up and dump super hard on the way back down. Anyway, Ethereum currently coming back into a zone of interest here around this $3,500 level. 4K, of course, remains the big boss for ETH. Sydney Sweeney loves Solana. Solana $2,000. These are the kind of vibes we need, man. More of these vibes. Let's go. Love it. VanEck has filed an updated version of its spot Solana ETF S1 application. Now, this and basically most of the other Solana ETF pursuants have filed these updated versions of their applications, meaning that essentially they're having conversations with the SEC. The SEC is progressing those conversations, asking for updated filings. We're getting a Solana ETF. Okay, the only question is when. It's coming. Be prepared for it. It'll be a major catalyst for Solana when it happens, probably pushing Solana up to new all-time highs. Don't fade it, okay? James, sorry for sharing this. If this rule from the SEC, there's no ruling update, is finalized, the SEC pseudo-outsourced the decision-making for digital assets, which will be allowed in an ETF wrapper. The CFTC is the primary decider of what asset can have futures contracts, and having futures is the primary requirement for this rule proposal. So if an altcoin has futures, it's likely to get a ETF. Guess which other altcoins currently have futures contracts? XRP, Solana. So who do you think is most likely to get ETFs next? XRP and Solana. Now, Solana is much more advanced in the process of getting that ETF. As you can see, the conversations are ongoing with regulators, and it's likely that Solana becomes the next coin to get an ETF in the USA. Okay, XRP probably after that. Others will come as well. I think we'll see a flurry of listings coming probably in the next 3 to 6 months of ETFs. It's taken longer than I had hoped and had expected initially. I think some of these ETF analysts had also been expecting things to happen a bit sooner, but we are where we are, and they are coming. The approvals will come. You can see the conversations and the fact that those updated filings are coming mean it's coming, okay? Solana getting absolutely battered today, coming back down to the 50-day EMA. and this area of previous price resistance now potentially flipping into price support. You can also see that it has indeed in the past also acted as price support. So Ethereum Solana bulls, you need to step up to the plate now and get this thing reversed and moving back higher, okay? Coming back down for a 50-day EMA retest. It's a little more dicey than a 20-day EMA retest, but still structurally sound and normal, especially when you combine that with the resistance retest, flipping it into support here. But that's the trick. Support at the 50-day EMA and the previous resistance flipping into support needs to hold as support. That's why Solana bulls need to step in here. So risk reward on a trade right now for Solana from these current levels is not bad, but you got to understand we are in a downtrend currently here for Solana and a lot of other major assets, right? So we need to see that downtrend reverse, but this could be a good spot to see a reversal pivot come into play, okay? Had to share some of these. This is funny. Good morning, brother's looking to do something in crypto as he doesn't have a lot of money. He sent me his message. What are your thoughts? I'd like to buy 2 or 3 different types. If I buy $300 of XRP now at $315 and it goes to $10K each, where the experts say it needs to be to operate, that's $1 million in retirement for me. It seems like a wise gamble. $300 isn't a lot to lose, but if it goes to 10K, I can sell a third and hold the rest. What do you think? XRP to $10,000, guys. Let's go. I think it'd be worth more than all money on all of everything. It'd be worth more than everything on the planet at $10,000 per XRP. No one's bullish enough. What is this craziness, man? Retail's coming back, baby. XRP, not loving the current structure on the price here. Again, downtrend, very well in effect. What I want to see now short term here for XRP is a break of the downtrend here, which would be around $3.10 or so. Currently, that also coincides with reclaiming the 20-day EMA. Now, currently, the price is struggling here, okay? You want to see the price really get back above $3. So you can see back here, we have this sort of previous resistance here, this previous support right here. You want to see the price get back above that for the daily close in about 14 hours from now. That would be a good thing for the XRP bulls to defend. And that would then set us up for that likely bounce back above this descending line of resistance here, the downtrend line. XRP bulls got to step it up though, okay? Because we risk losing a major zone of potential price support. It's not a very strong one because we've had this sort of price discovery moment, but it would be nice to see it hold as an area of price support. Plus, it'd be good to see a 20-day EMA hold up. But like I said, XRP bulls, much like Solana bulls and Ethereum bulls, crypto bulls in general, step it up today, bid some coins up. Let's see what happens. Anyway, that's it for me for today. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.